What's up, people? What's up, people? It's your boy Jason Gooner back again for another episode on Jason Gooner TV. So, of course, we have a big day, a big show lined up for tonight. Of course, we have the Reggae Boyz 23-man squad was dropped today at a press conference in Kingston. We're definitely gonna go through that. We definitely had the press conference as well, which I thought was actually quite telling and eye-opening, and we're going to go to the press conference. We're going to play a little bit of that courtesy of JFF Live. Respect for the content. Of course, everybody that wants to see the full press conference, go to JFF Live and give them a view and like the video, of course. So yeah, just want to wait till everybody gets in the building. Of course, want to big up everybody who has subscribed to the channel so far. Just feeling so thankful for all the people that have subscribed and are tuning in and giving me feedback. Of course, sending in their comments, whether in the live chat during the show or after the show. Yeah, man, it's just a great feeling to know that people want to tune in and listen to some good football discussion from somebody that just happens to love the game and watch the game, analyze the game. And yeah, I just enjoy doing this. So we're going to keep on doing it and see where the channel grows too. So as we get going, we're definitely going to just let the show kind of get a little more full, let some more people come in as we bless up the place. We have some people in the building already. Let's big them up. Sheridan, big up yourself, bro. Respect. Yes, Father Hall in the building. Bless up, soon forward. Yes, I know you have some thoughts on the squad as you got to see it today as well. So definitely whenever you're ready, just jump onto the live and I will let you onto the show. Richard Samuels, big up, bless up. Respect for the view, respect for coming and taking in the content. So yeah, so as I was saying, we're definitely going to go to the press conference tonight. We're also going to just look at the squad and kind of break it down, dissect it. And towards the end of the show, I would like to just do a little exercise and try to see if we can pick a best 11 that would suit us to get a good result in the semi-finals of the Nations League. Remember, people, the match is on the 21st of March, so we're only 7 days away. It's going to be at 6 o'clock Jamaica time, 7 o'clock on the East Coast, 4 o'clock if you're out west, and local time it will be 6 o'clock, same time as Jamaica. So yeah, definitely can't wait for this one. Of course, bombshell news in the squad today. We're going to go through that, of course, tonight. Got a little clarity from the coach in the press conference as well. So the first thing I want to do tonight for sure is to just kind of recap some of the press conference. I will be playing some of it as well. And we're going to go through it together and kind of have a little discussion on what we heard and see if we can make sense of some of the things that were said. So yeah, I was a little upset today, people. I really wanted the chance to get into the press conference, but I didn't have any way for the, I guess you'd say, new media to have a part of the discussion in the press conference. Definitely had some questions I would have asked. Kevin Jones, bless up. Yeah, man, fresh. Respect, bro. Respect for the pass through. Every time, bro. Every time. Remember to tell them to like up the video, you know? Yeah, people, so as I was saying, I just want to thank everybody again for subscribing to the channel. Haven't really made that many videos yet, but definitely just really grateful for all the people that have subscribed to the channel, and just can't wait to see what the future holds for the channel and how the channel will grow. One drift, bless up, bless up. We're there in the building. We're going to break it down, talk about the squad. How can we beat this USA team? Yeah, man, let them know, fresh. Like up the live. So, as I said, people, we're gonna go ahead and play some of this press conference from today. All right. All right, cool. Everybody can see that. Let's go back to this. Let's full screen this. All right, cool. Yo, people. Yeah, so you guys are not hearing that when I play that through the system? Okay, cool. All right, well, we're not gonna be able to do what I thought we were gonna do, so that's okay. We can just discuss the press conference. So basically, what we can do now then, let's just do this instead. All right, cool. Yeah, sure. Then I realize we may try now go work. So we're going to pivot and go next way. Boom. So I'll put the squad up on the screen here. Let me zoom this in a little bit. Yeah, so I'll put the squad up on the screen here, folks, and basically have a look at it and talk about it for a second. So the goalkeepers, of course, we have Andre Blake, Jamali Waite, Shaquan Davis. Defenders, Richard King, Damian Lowe, Deshaun Bernard, Michael Hector, Dexter Lembikisa, Tavan Gray, Greg Lee. Midfielders, we have Daniel Johnson, Joel Latibodier, Bobby De Cordova Reed, Karai Anderson, Casey Palmer, and Ronaldo Cephas. Midfielder, interesting. Forwards, Corey Burke, Bailey Cadamarteri, Damari Gray, Shamar Nicholson, Mikel Antonio, Jamal Lowe, and Kaheem Dixon. All right, people. So interesting. So, of course, when you have a look at the squad, there's gonna be a face for sure, or a name for sure that you would think would be on the squad. But before we dive into the squad, let me welcome on our panelists for the evening. Some of you may know him. I know him very well. And here he is, without further ado. Michael Hall. Michael Hall has joined the program, joined the panel. So respect Michael Hall for joining. How you doing this evening?
Yeah, man. Bless up, Jason. Bless up everyone in the chat. Yeah, looking forward to the discussion, man. A long time we had do this, you know, my son. We are picked Jamaica squad and discussed them from 96 till now.
Yep,
so
let them know.
It's not a new thing.
Not a new thing at all. So, I was just about to dive into the names on the list and kind of make sense of it all. So, just on first impression, I'm looking at it, and I guess the one name that jumps out at me as a surprise would probably be Richard King in defense. Another name that I heard floating around, and I was hopeful that we would be able to have him see him play for us, is Bailey Cadamarteri out of the championship for Sheffield Wednesday. I think, the profile of the player kind of suits how the coach wants to play, the kind of more direct style. I think he can, hold his own in any kind of aerial duels on the pitch, and I think that will help us if he does get a chance to play. So, those are the two names that I think jumped out at me. Very happy that Ronaldo Cephas gets another chance, especially knowing one of the names that is not on the list for this Nations League semi-final and potential final. So, those I would say are the names that kind of jumped out at me on first glance. But what do you think on first impression of the squad?
Boy, Jay, I want to tell you, something that jumped out at me is the fact that because Boza and Damari Gray are suspended for the first of the two games, I feel the coach has had to pick more forwards than you would normally select for a tournament of this length. It's only 2 games, right? But he has been forced to pick 7 forwards. And that, to me, has left both the number of midfielders, and yes, I know that that's just a label and people can be shifted. But when you look at the names that are listed as midfielders, it looks very thin. I'm not seeing that as steel in there, right? I would have, from when I was last on a live that it did, I was looking. I think we both were looking forward to having Jonathan Russell named among the midfielders because he does bring that ball winning. I believe I had Kevin Lambert in mind as well. Some people did say, boy, I'm not playing football, right now, so probably now get picked. But the squad just seems a little bit unbalanced to me because of the suspensions of Gray and Nicholson. Not so much because Bailey not there, because basically Corberk get picked because Bailey not there. It's just a forward for a forward.
Yeah.
But I think we could have had maybe more midfielders and maybe one more defender. And I too am very surprised at King. I don't know if he's at this level just yet.
Yeah.
These are my initial thoughts.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, fair enough. I think he must have been behind the 8 ball thinking, well, I don't have these 2 forward attacking players for the first game, so how do I cope with that? And I think he did go forward centric with the team. I would argue that I don't know if Burke is the right person to say, taking Bailey's spot, because Burke's skill set is not the same, but I understand the sentiment. I would think that would be more so a Jamal Lowe or a Cephas that's kind of replacing him.
I get that. I just meaning to say that another forward had to be picked because Leon is now not there.
Yeah. So look, I wanted to be able to play the press conference, but I can't. And I think it's important for us to kind of speak to that a bit, because I want to go ahead and get it out the way. I know that the comments are going to start coming in, and a lot of them might be asking, what's going on with Leon? Why is he not there? So look, for anyone who didn't get a chance to see the press conference, I'm going to just basically tell you there were 2 players who have been disciplined for this Nations League semifinals or finals, as it's called, and they are Leon Bailey and Trevante Stewart. Now, the reason given by the coach was there is one rule when they are in camp, and the rule is you can't leave the hotel after 10 p.m. Right? And so, both of these players, happen to break that rule. And also, he did say that they also did not even sleep in the hotel that night and missed the team bus the next morning. So, I think when the story is given to me that way, and that's the only thing that I know about the story, I cannot complain with the decision made. If there's only, because look, normally if you break a rule, you would hope that there's at least 20 rules, but you only broke 1. But if there's only 1 rule, and that 1 rule was broken, I don't think the coach had any choice.
See that? So Gooner, you know that I went to that game at the stadium against Canada. See?
Mm-hmm.
The game was to have been played the Friday night, and there was a deluge and a downpour. People will remember seeing the live video, and the whole stadium was underwater, right? And the players were there, and somewhere, and then eventually they left because the game was called off. Now, I believe what I heard the coach say in the press conference was they did not even stay in the hotel, and they missed the team bus the next morning. Now, the only place the team bus was going to the next morning was to the match.
Right.
Because miraculously the field did clear up and sun come out, and them said the match will play at 10 o'clock. I know, I was there. And now he said that Trevante Stewart and Leon Bailey left the hotel, which is the 1 rule. So them left the hotel and broke that rule. Them never sleeping at the hotel, and they didn't even make it back to the hotel in time for the team bus to leave. Maybe they never know what time it was leaving because they weren't in the hotel. I don't know. But I want people to cast their mind back to the first half of that game against Canada and recall how many good chances, let's call them that, instead of sitters, how many clear chances Leon Bailey had in that first half that he did not take. Could that be because he was out on the road until 4 o'clock in the morning and had to play a game in the boiling sun at 10 o'clock? I don't know. My last comment on this is simple. Leon Bailey will not be the first Jamaican or any nationality footballer who will be suspended. And he won't be the last. It has happened to many big ballers before us, and it happened to Bailey as well. The coach said today that both players have apologized to him and the federation, and they have accepted the apology. And as far as he's concerned, the matter is done, and Leon will be available to play for Jamaica the next time we have matches to play. So for me not even want to talk about Bailey in the chat tonight. I will leave that to you if you feel you want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I totally accept that. I just wanted to go ahead and get it out the way early, because I know that we have a tendency when these squads are picked to harp on who is not there instead of, just speaking to the players that we have to potentially beat the team we're gonna play. So yeah, we're not gonna do that. I had one other side point I was gonna touch, but look, I think that should close off that totally right there. So back to the squad and who is on the team. So look, I think I want to touch back on what you were speaking to with Russell and Lambert, because looking at the team, the glaring thing that I see is lack of, real ball winners in the midfield. I think Karoy Anderson is kind of an all-purpose midfielder. He has the ability to win the ball, but I think, his true potential maybe lies, getting into the box late, finishing off plays. I don't think he's going to be necessarily a quote-unquote ball winner in the midfield in his career. He might, but I don't think that will be his potential best skill. I think Latibo there is more somebody that's going to cover space, right? He's not really one that's going to engage so much unless the ball kind of comes into his area. And then, yes, in the duel, he's strong. But, at pace and moving side to side laterally, I don't think that's I don't think he has that skill in abundance or that talent in abundance. And I feel like that's what holds him back in the midfield. And when you factor in how we tend to play that, when the game, the players seem so far apart at a lot of the times, you're forcing each player to cover more ground. And I don't think that's something that he's really good at. So I think that's why he tends to struggle in that midfield role for us.
Well, I hope it's not only me and you that realize that Latibo there really is a centre-back. As you say, his lateral movement is not particularly good. We come up against a lot of speedy, shifty players in CONCACAF. Certainly in like Mexico, the USA to a great extent, Canada as well. So we have to consider what is his real role. I mean, I am. It amazes me that the coach doesn't see that about Latibo there, and the fact that he struggles in midfield because he's always chasing the play and he's very easily beaten. I mean, just a push and a burst and you're gone passing, right? So I would prefer to see him in the squad as a defender. I believe that's where he played when he captained England to the Under-17 World Cup victory. I believe he plays as a central defender in that tournament.
Well, Fresh God say everybody realize that, but we don't have anybody else. I mean,
no, but look, I disagree because we have Russell and we never pick him. So don't say we don't have nobody else.
Yeah, Fresh say as Anderson isn't a CDM, which I agree. And Fresh, I wanted to ask you, do you think the system we play, we have an actual CDM in the system? Answer me that, Fresh.
When you say CDM, you're talking about a number 6.
Yes. Somebody that just sits and protects the back line.
Yeah. That's like an Endo.
I wouldn't even say Rodri this season because he's more of he's doing everything. Yeah. Lambert either.
Like a great, I have to call a Chelsea man name, like a Makalele.
Yeah, man, Travis, respect, bro. Me know say that I go on, but you have to start somewhere, my big boss. And once the content is out, one thing I've noticed with the people that have been viewing, regardless of how many people see it live, the content is football centric. So when you're at work in the morning, when you're doing your workout, you turn it on and you watch it and you drop your likes then and your comments then. So it's all good, Travis. But respect for the support same way.
Bless up, Travis. Bless up, Travis. Ignore the rest and watch the best.
Blessings to everyone in the chat. Check in. Russell isn't a CDM either.
What is
Yeah,
it?
but fresh, we don't use no CDM, you know. That may I tell you. Yes, we
play
use a
two.
hybrid.
Yes.
Up, Chris Smith, we're there. What about Chris? What do you think about the
So,
squad, Chris? Who that? Sean Bass out of Suriname. Bless up. My big you up, daddy.
yes, Sean. Respect. Big up Curacao.
Yeah, man. Travis, I bless you
So,
up there. So,
Jason, make I ask you a question now. And Fresh God, I make we know. Yes, Travis. Fresh God is making us know that boy, we don't really play with a CDM. So, what would you refer? I mean, so up to the time with the what you call it
terminology.
now? Yeah, and the labeling and things. So it would be said that we play with a double pivot, then two. So we have four. We play a 4-2-3-1, right? That is basically what the coach play more time.
That is what we would love him to play, but sometimes it kind of morph and look more like a 4-4-2.
A 4-4-2. All right.
Yeah.
Because I am saying that at least for the first game, looking at the squad that we have now and the players that are in the squad, it's best we try to get somebody to convince him. We don't know if anybody in the chat know Miran Garden or whatever, but we spend our ears and say we must, with the team that we have, we should play a 4-2-3-1 based on the personnel.
Yeah, I agree.
Based on the personnel. And
I agree.
Since we are talking about the squad and we are talking about who are giving the best chance to get a result in the first game, because a man asked the coach there at the press conference, me nearly drop out of my chair and hear the man. The man said, "So coach, tell us, you really going there to win the tournament?" Or I said, "Wait, you really asked the man that?" so yeah, we are going there to win. Otherwise, why go? And if we're going to that, we have to win the first game. See? So this is my 4-2-3-1 for the first game. We don't know Sir Blake in the goal. Back four, right to left. Lembikisa, Low, Bernard, Lee. The two, Latibodier and Palmer. Because the two of them play together for Coventry and they must have a chemistry with the two of them play right there. So.
All right.
The three, Bobby Reed, DJ, and Cephas. And the one, Mikel Antonio, who played a blinder for West Ham today. They win 5-0 and all they never score. They play a rotted game. So that I might start in 11 against USA. Best chance we have to get a result in that match.
So people, want to say, and I hear that squad there, right? I have it right, I have it written down.
Me know it about me still because the coach now play a lot about there and
And a 4-2-3-1 people. I type it out. I'm gonna put it in the chat. But yeah, I think that team right there, the only thing maybe I would switch is I would want to unlock Casey and put him higher up in the field and switch him with DJ. But I understand because DJ is not really as athletic as Palmer. So I know you want a little more legs besides Lati, so I understand. So it's tough, people.
Yeah, look, that was my 11. I mean, that's
man.
Make we hear from other people. I said, Chris Smith, I said, boy, Dixon shouldn't be there at all. But why, you could have said, some people could have said that about Whisper when they bring a Gold Cup. Whisper was in the same boat. He would score a bag of goal in a Manning Cup, but he never did nothing else. This youth has scored more than Whisper in the DaCosta Cup this year and scored upon him debut for Jamaica. So why not? This is the perfect time for him to get a chance because two our regular player them can't play. So give him a shot. He probably not going to see the field, who knows? But I'm not saying nothing wrong with him a play.
Yeah, so people, this comment right here, this is Daddy Squad. 4-2-3-1 and obviously going from right to left. So that's the squad right there, people. Get a rating out of 10 Get a rating out of 10. Make us see what I want to think about Coach Hall's 11.
Not Hallgrimsson, you know, it was Hall.
Just Hall. Left the Grimson.
Yeah, man. Move
Now
on.
we're but no say no found me and no like nothing, but don't forget to touch up the like button. See? Touch it up.
Man. Yeah, man. Subscribe and like people, you know what I mean?
Share around the content. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. So yeah. So I like that squad there. I like that squad there. Let me look and see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think I would have start Jamal.
Over who? In that formation, who would Jamal play either?
I would have played Jamal probably on the left hand side and bring Cephas off the bench.
Okay. So Jamal low for Cephas.
Yeah. And I still contemplating to switch Palmer and DJ. If it's even like one get a 20, another one them switch after a time. Something like that. But
But you'd prefer to see DJ beside Latibodier and Palmer giving a little bit more punch.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's the part that I prefer the DJ Lati thing. I just prefer Palmer closer to the goal. I feel like he's more inclined to play up. Well, not even play a pass, because DJ will find a pass too, but take a shot and maybe score from distance, you know?
More of a goal threat than
as he showed in the FA Cup the other day.
Yeah. I just like the thought of him and Latibodier playing.
The synergy. From club teammates and training together. All right, so Chris Smith said 4-3-3. Blake, Hector, Bernard, Dexter, Lembikisa, and Greg Lee. So him Bernard as the back four center backs.
Him drop Nana.
Yeah, drop Nana. Okay. And him have Casey Palmer, Joel Latibodier, and Kira Anderson in the midfield. Bobby Reed, Antonio, and Jamal Lowe. Yeah, man, that team could have worked. Chris, you know that Nana is gonna play.
That team is not bad either, but you know that the coach I played Damian Lowe. So
yeah, Chris, the only reason why I would say I wouldn't start Hector is just because I know that the player just coming back and play about 30 minutes since him come back, and he was out for about 6 weeks before that. So the pace of the play, the pace of the game, you know, USA is a pressing team. So, you know, I don't need anybody that the first sprint him have to go down and pull something, you know. So I don't know if I would start him, Chris, but that team, if he's full strength and fully fit, I wouldn't have any problem with it.
By the way, Jay, remember, when we know, so we're not talking about who did it, but might be important to just mention in case people ask. The coach did say today that Amari Bell just had surgery on his hamstring 3 days ago and is definitely out for 11 weeks before he can even start training again. So he's probably going to miss the World Cup qualifiers and Copa America. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a blow. You know I did see his post on Instagram and everything. And people, if you're on Instagram, go to his page. You know, send him some well wishes and everything. But I did see it on his page, and you know, I was hopeful that it would be 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. But yeah, man, fresh, big blow. Probably the worst news of the press conference. He did mention also Ethan Pinnock said that, he spoke to him before this squad was picked, and Ethan is assuring him that he'll be ready for the World Cup qualifiers and the Copa America, which is great news because we haven't really gotten a chance to see Ethan play a tournament for us yet. So looking forward to see him at the Copa America against some of those teams that we have to play. So let me give a little bit of love to the chat. So Chris Smith, okay, so fresh talking to Chris. King didn't deserve his spot, and I don't agree with Dixon's selection, but the coach has seen him in camps and in games. He has scored 2 goals in 4 games, so I guess that's why the coach picked him. Yeah, more than likely. I mean, look, if you're having these camps and players throw up their hands, if you don't have the, I don't want to say the word because that's a word that is used too often on these programs. But if you don't have that, you have to be able to pick the players if they perform. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah, yeah, you can't say them word, man. You will stay.
yeah, man, big time, big time. Yeah, Chris, I agree. Palmer is more of a 10. But the problem is, so is DJ. He's more of a 10 too. So,
Well, that's it. I give out the 10 them so regular. Me say, boy, call my 9.5 still.
they said the 10 kind of harder for you, give it.
Yeah, man.
All right, so Fresh agree with you upon the formation and me because I agree 4-2-3-1 will be the best. So my Blake, Low,
Him have Hector.
Hector. So him don't have Bernard in the squad. Lee
No.
Lembikisa, okay. Anderson and DJ in his deeper role. And we have Casey, Jams, and Reed. So I wonder, Fresh, if is Casey playing in the inside role or Jamal in the inside? How that work? I'm assuming Bobby on the right. That make the most sense based on how you have it lined up. Yeah, let me know if DJ.
Jams have to play upon the left then and Casey in the middle of that tree.
I would think that's what that is, but true, I'm not sure how him do it. Because I noticed the left back is before the right back, so I figure it's left to right. So I'm not sure if Casey is left and Jams in the middle. I'm not sure.
No, I'm not with him. Just write down 11 name.
Maybe. Jason Gooner, Hector must be there. We need a passing CB. USA press and normal. Low can play out of the press. That is true. That is very true. Low will be going direct when he's fully pressured. But again, I don't know if Hector's. Well, look, the coach going to make that decision. Him say him have 2 days before. Him say he's very thankful that the players decided that they'll come as soon as possible. And him say he'll have Tuesday and Wednesday. So based on those days, he'll make his decision. But look, if Low and Hector started, if Bernard and Hector started, I wouldn't be freaking out. I don't think it would be the end of the world, people.
And that would mean that Nana would sit on the bench.
Yeah, because I don't think the coach is gonna do what he did in Canada from the start of the game. I don't believe that Low would play midfield, so.
Agreed.
If he doesn't start around the back, I don't think he's going to start.
Agreed.
Hector playing our U21s recently. Oh, yeah, fresh I talk about Amari. Yeah, man, big blow. So I just want to highlight Brown Girl. Thank you very much for joining the program. And I'm going to read your comment because it's a beautiful one. It's good to hear another program embracing an intelligent discourse. Yes, Brown Girl. No back of the class business here. We're going to try to be intelligent and speak football the proper way.
Thank you very much, Brown Girl. A question for you, Brown Girl. Are you in the ring?
Him couldn't help himself, people.
Sorry.
Cade Cowell can start in Jamaica team and he's young and can't make USA. Why didn't bring him? Because they're not in the business of selling players. They want to win things. Okay, so Chris Smith beat Kaheem Dixon inclusion and Richard King and everybody else because we have other more capable players we could have chosen. All right. Keroy Anderson, Joel Latabo there, Casey Palmer in the 10. All right, Chris.
So that's his 3 in a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, so 2-1, yeah, exactly. So really 4-2-3-1 in a way, depending on it's basically a 4-3-3 at times.
Brother. I feel so the coach going. I mean, and him don't think him about choice. I mean, him going defend and counter. That's just it. I mean, that's how we play anyway. You know, I mean, I never really see Jamaica on the front foot in any game except when we ended up playing Trinidad and have them on the 3 early.
Yeah, Trinidad and what was the other team in the group? Grenada? No.
Fair Point, Fresh God. Fair Point.
Yeah, but Fresh, you see the problem is, we don't get the chance to transition into the 4-2-3-1 because we just kick the ball up front and win the ball.
Yeah.
So it looks like 4-4-2 for the majority of the game. Especially, look, when we played USA in the Gold Cup, it was like 70-30 possession. So that means we're in a 4-4-2 70% of the time when you watch the game. So, but yeah, that's a fair point, Fresh, because we definitely do change it up depending on what's going on the field of play. Bobby Reed, Jamal, and Mikhail in the middle. Yeah, I think for me personally, whether it's 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, I think those three players should start right there that Chris has. That's who I would want closest to the goal.
What is Lowe's form currently?
He's
coming off an injury. Have you been fit all year, or?
So he had a long run of fitness and playing and starting. I'd say up until sometime in, I think it was about January sometime, like mid to late January, he got an injury. And he came back, I'd say about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and has played maybe 3 games. The first one I remember he came off the bench, second one off the bench, and then he started. So, in his appearances, he's kind of, the first game he looked a little tentative, but the second game and the third game I have seen so far, it was kind of, it reminds me of how Antonio has kind of progressed to this point. I would say he's on a similar trajectory in terms of fitness. So, maybe we haven't seen the best of him lately at club, but based on what he was doing before the injury and him now looking more fit, I am totally fine with seeing what he has to give us. I would bring on DJ in this game. We need Karoy Anderson legs in this game. Yeah, I think, look, anybody that tells me that they're going to bench DJ this time, I understand. Because if you're following his club form and what's been going on, he really hasn't been playing that much. Or at least at the level he would want to be playing. Because he has played some under 21 games, but, it's a little bit different for somebody like him.
I agree with that still, Jay. At the best of times, DJ is not the quickest player.
Right.
And he hasn't been playing regularly for Stoke, as far as I recall. He's been in and out of the starting 11. So, yeah, I mean, Karoy Anderson is what, 20 years old?
Obviously, not even 19.
I think just turned 20, I think.
Okay.
I think he born March or February, not sure. But I think he just turned 20 this year. So yeah, look, there could be a lot to be said for that. I mean, people might say, boy, he's still a youth, and does he have the, can he handle the pressure and this and that? But, look, it's football. As my dearly departed friend, the great Peter Cargill used to say, this is football. Either you can play or you can't play. So
facts. And he'll be 20 in October, by the way.
Oh, so I'm not reached 20 yet. All right.
Yeah, so Chris Smith, how the hell did King make the team over Wes Harding? Well, look, I had Wes Harding in my squad.
Me too.
I thought that Wes Harding is somebody that's versatile on the back line, can play center back or right back. But hey, look, I think he's more experienced than King. I think he's probably a better player than King. But, look, at the end of the day, based on the questions that were asked in the press conference, there's definitely a undercurrent of you have to kind of find a way to highlight a few players that play locally, and I don't think that's going to change people. So when we think of these 23-man squads, we should always keep that in mind if we're trying to pick a team that we think the coach will pick to predict the 23. So I agree with you, Chris. I don't believe that Wes Harding is not better than Richard King, but there are other factors at play when these squads are being picked, and that's just the God's honest truth. And anybody that don't believe that, just not thinking straight. Okay, so Fresh and Meku know. Okay, so KC in the okay, that makes sense. Leave Jams on the wing. DJ box to box, Karai playing CDM. So Fresh take out Latibody out of the midfield altogether.
Well,
and put the 19-year-old in the middle.
Me not kill fresh with that still, because you know me and he's not a big Latimore fan still.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
I
I
think
did say he
I
was
don't
in
think
my 11, but that is just based on the minutes that he plays whenever we play. And I suppose I should have picked my 11 as opposed to who I
yeah,
think
yeah,
the
yeah.
team will play. So yeah,
But look, I think Latimer there. If we have an extra body in midfield, wouldn't be the worst in midfield. But when you have those two and you have the wingers, kind of, my hope is if Bobby plays on the right, out of possession especially, and even look, I hope Bobby tucks inside a lot,
to help out.
just to give that extra body because
Yeah,
they're
man.
gonna have three in midfield and they're gonna have um you know one of the wingers combining to make it a four in midfield at times, the USA. So we're gonna have to have a way to combat that. I think that's where having a Bobby Reed on that side, who maybe is a little more tactically aware, is better than having an out and out winger in that position in our system. So
Mm.
yeah, for real. Reed right wing, Jams left wing, Antonio through the middle. Yeah, man. I figure it out once you tell me about the middle three part. Yeah, Chris Smith, that's true. He was on fire before he got injured, playing every game, starting. Well, say if him start the right team, Chris. Well, make us see, Everybody have different ideas about what's the right team. That's the cool part about this. Trevor said Palmer, Anderson, Bobby, DJ can do a thing in a midfield for me. Okay, so that's the four, cause 4-4-1-1, 4-4-2-ish. Palmer, Anderson, Bobby, DJ. So
no Lati.
yeah, no Lati. So how it would I go, Travis? DJ
It's
and
a 4-4-2
Anderson in the middle.
might play a
Yeah,
4-4-2.
yeah. So DJ and Anderson in the middle, and probably Palmer and Bobby.
Maybe him play
Or maybe
DJ on the left.
DJ on a flank,
DJ on,
maybe on the
DJ,
left.
DJ on the left.
So whipping some ball.
And then up front, you must have
Who has
Antonio.
that? Burke and Antonio.
No, man, you can't have two of the same player play up there.
Two bull.
Can't rule in a one. Can't rule in a one pen. Fire for that.
Yeah, so it would be probably Shamar and Jamal Loden, more than likely.
Shamar. Antonio.
I mean, sorry, Mikhail Antonio, I mean to say.
Mm.
Agreed. He needs to be, and I think he will be.
Boy, Antonio overdue for a special game for Jamaica, brother.
Yeah, tell you.
Because the man kind of touching at the World
It's
Cup.
time for you to give a goal scoring performance.
The man kind of touching at the boy.
Yeah, I mean, look, he did a lot of work for other people in the Gold Cup, but when he got his dinner to finish, he never finished it.
And we not pick him for the work for other people, brother.
No, not only that. Not only that. We respect that and we like that and we love that. But yeah, we want you do some of the work too by yourself. DJ can come and slow the game down. Yeah, that the coach actually like to use DJ like that in a lot of the games, Bring him on, kind of try to keep some possession and maybe draw some foul and to slow the game down, as you say. Yeah, man, people are lose them head when them see the squad, but I think we can still pull it off for real, Just have to plan the proper way. All right, so Peso drop him squad fully. Blake, Dexter, Lowe, Bernard,
Everybody have to see a back five.
Yeah, basically, I think it was Chris Smith was the only person that had Hector and Bernard.
Yeah.
Dexter, Lowe, Bernard, Lee, Palmer, Anderson. Okay, Bobby, DJ, Antonio, J-Lo. Yeah,
I think that's the same 11 as Chris Smith, except for Hector versus
the back line. Yeah, the back line. That can work, Travis. That can work. So at least the chat see a few different ways we can beat USA. That is good. That is good. We'll see which one are we Hallgrimsson rate. Sooner Bailey will be seriously missed. Oh, Gooner.
Yeah, we have to
Gooner
just leave it real ball.
His man today, the score was it was a good goal for real, you know. I'm gonna rate the ball when him get past, you know. Been tracking him since earlier.
Yeah, but real baller, we have to just live with the facts, you know, see?
Yeah, nothing we can do about it, real baller. Because the whole program could have been about why, you know, but it don't make sense. Let's give them some strength. Who is there, you know? West isn't familiar with the coach's tactics, maybe that's why. Boy, freshman understanding, you know, but the man have played football as a professional for a long time now, you know. And football is football, and tactics is tactics. So you can't tell me the man couldn't do some Zoom call with him for the last couple of months and show him a couple clips and whatever. There's ways around this, you know. We're not the only country that don't have the same players playing international games and windows.
The coach just not rate him.
Yeah, basically.
Just not rate him enough to put him in the squad for them 2 games.
It no look so. People get mad, but wouldn't start low in this game. USA pressing. We need a CV that's
nobody now get mad with you, Chris. Nobody now get mad with you at all. You're expressing your opinion. I mean, you know, the truth of the matter is that Damian Lowe is not particularly good against the press. Certainly, the games that I have seen him play for Jamaica when teams are pressing us. I mean, Gooner was telling me, he was watching him play the other night, and he was rolling the ball nicely, playing out from the back and looking quite comfortable on the ball and so on. I mean, I don't know if it's because him get more intense when he play for him country and him just say, boy, I'm gonna take a chance. But I don't think anybody would be mad if he never start. I mean, if I'm honest with you, I don't really know if we have any central defender that is truly comfortable on the ball outside of Pinnock. The rest of them are all seem to be.
I would say the closest thing is probably Hector, and then probably Bernard after that. In terms of just like being pressure, you know, being able to handle the pressure moment when they're getting pressed and how they react to it. You know, am I just going to try to clear it? Am I going to shield it and pass to the keeper? Am I going to open up my body and switch the play? You know, like I think Hector is pretty good at that. Definitely better than the others in the squad right now, and I think Bernard is also better than Lowe at that. So,
well,
you know, it's a valid point.
You and I and everybody that watch football keenly know that is all about your body positioning, and so this is the Chris Smith. I certainly wouldn't get mad if Lowe don't start for that reason, because I think his body positioning is very poor. When he's being pressed, he seems to always turn into the player that is pressing him as opposed to away from him. So, I mean, I wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't kill me if he never start at all.
Always have at least one in the team. Yeah, man. Real Baller said only local player that should have made it is Alex Marshall. Well, that's the next thing, you know. Whenever we pick the player or the players that are locals and they're in the team, it's never like a consensus, you know. Other people will always bring up people, and that's going to be every single squad around the world. So people need to realize that as well. No matter what happened, who it is, we're going to scrutinize it and say, yo, this baller should have did it and that baller should have did it. But, yo, it is what it is. This is the team. I have to work with it. Jason Gooner, please watch back the Canada game. Look what happened when Hector came. It was totally different. They look different when Hector started past the ball. Well, Chris Smith, look, the stretches when we had the ball in Canada game were very limited, you know. So maybe he did it a few times, but it wasn't with no level of consistency in that second half. We never kept the ball for very long. The rise of Shaquan Davis stock will see him feature in the squads more, in my opinion. Yeah, I have time for the keeper, man. He looks like a promising prospect for sure.
He looks like a keeper.
Yeah, he looks like a keeper, man. And him distribution is very good as well. Even on the bumpy bad field, them see him control the ball and pass it and when him go long, it reach the target within a, pretty accurate as well. So good shot stopper, good balance. Yeah, man, decent. Come on, bro. Low must start. CDM is experience counts.
No, so but Travis, I don't hear Chris Smith necessarily saying that he must play our style and just say no want him play centre back.
No, Chris Smith put him 11. Chris Smith put him 11 and never have low in it. So.
I never have it. Okay. That is true. That is true.
Yeah. Marshall wasn't the only one. It was 3 players that held their own in Trinidad. Dixon, Guthrie, and Marshall. Yeah, I would agree.
People, I wonder if some of the people in the chat actually watched the press conference today, because you have to understand how this coach think about local based players. Like you say, Jim, probably under some pressure for name at least a couple every time of a competitive squad for pick. But what he said was very simple. When a player plays locally, if he's good enough, his club sells him to play overseas. And if he's good enough and an overseas team take him, that means he's the best of who plays locally.
Mm-hmm.
So if the coach is picking a team to compete in a tournament or a qualifying game, why would he look and fish in the local pond? He would try to find every Jamaican who is playing in a higher base league. When we get to the point that the JPL, which is what both candidates or both slates for the JFF leadership are saying, that the JPL, they want to bring it to the level of any league in the world. That's very aspirational. Wonderful to hear. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Maybe not in my lifetime, right? But until we get there, the coach has every right to look for the majority of his players for Jamaica's national team who don't play in Jamaica. Like he said, conference, there'll always be an exception, 1 or 2, right? And he has, I guess he feels that Kaheem Dixon is an exception at this point. So, I mean, what it mean that when Kaheem Dixon get transferred overseas, him can't get pick again, you can't have to pick another man local. That don't make no sense. Pick the best players no matter where they are playing. You must pick the best players, period.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what some people might take issue with, because there have been players, over the last, you'd say 3 to 5 years that have left and might be still playing overseas. And before they left, they were able to make squads like this, or even, other squads for Jamaica. And when they leave the country now, you don't really hear from them anymore. I mean, there's a few that you could think of. Let me see, like Norman Campbell used to make squads. He probably has a few appearances. Not saying that, and I'm not saying players that I think should be in the 23, but I'm just saying it's like when they leave and go wherever they're going, it's like they're just the forgotten ones, So,
well, I don't know. That's kind of the point. Where have they gone to? I mean, sometimes that is a factor as well, You have some local player. You have some local player. I mean, like Fabian Reid. I mean, the man go India. Him say him did it for 4 months and him not get no pay.
Yeah.
You have an ex-man gone to play professionally in Tanzania. With all due respect, I mean, what is the standard there? I mean, I don't know. You have to consider all of these things. What I mean?
And I think that's a part of the reason why, like, if you're forcing people to a level where maybe they aren't ready for, the only thing that ends up happening, which happens way too often for the Jamaican player, is they go away for 6 months and they're right back in the JPL. And, that's the type of thing that's going to happen if, we're trying to force players into situations that maybe they're not ready for. Because if a club from Tanzania say a player from Jamaica and he's an international for Jamaica, of course, let's try. Let's try a thing. And then you go there and you realize, boy, maybe I should just stay in Jamaica and play for Mount Pleasant, because that's where the money I run. So,
or even Limeall Academy, because they're better than the side in Tanzania.
That too.
So yeah.
That too. So yeah. Travis, that is going to be our downfall. He can't pass. That is why they got 6 the other night. Boy, trust me. Him and the other centre back for Philly were struggling to pass out from the back that night. Jeez. Pachuca. Boy, Willie them kill them, you know. 6 love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, fresh. Make them know. Like up the live. Like up the watch back as well if you're watching it. Thank you for the viewership. Travis upset. The club game is what we measure to see how them playing, Travis. So we can't just disregard it altogether. But I mean, kind of understand, but at the same time, Travis, no, that's not fair. You have to look at those games as well.
Well, no, you definitely have to. I mean, you know, and I think it's probably a good example of, you know, what Pachuca did to Philadelphia Union. Or when I say what they did to them, I don't mean, well, what Pachuca did to Philadelphia Union could very well be what USA does to us. I don't mean the 6 love, but I mean the intensity.
Yeah, the tactic that they used is gonna be a lot like what USA is gonna bring to the table.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Or as a good friend Juki would say, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I think yeah, anybody that wants to scout for the game, not saying that Pachuca and Greg Berhalter coach and Pachuca coach have the same exact tactics, but a press is a press. And the way how Pachuca played is a good preview for what we're going to be seeing.
My son, don't you for 1 minute think that Greg Berhalter has not looked at how Damian Lowe played against Pachuca and said to himself, well, I tell you one thing, if him start, I'll press you, I will press them, brother.
You hear that? You hear that, Travis? That's how it works. You have to look at them games, man. You have to. Okay, them a cuss about who stood out. Chris Smith, I told you if Lowe start, we in trouble. We need a ball playing CB. Hector is a senior player for Lowe. When we beat USA 2015, Hector and West Morgan start at CB. Hector and West Morgan start at CB. They were playing in that Gold Cup. Yeah, they were. They were. I was there, Chris.
Oh, that was the them gone home game?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I was at that game, man. I was at that game. I was at that game. I was at that game cussing out people, man. Yeah, man. That game that day was special, man. What the man named Giles Barnes. Wicked freaky.
Yeah, man.
How Antonio played today, I see him coming with blood in his eyes. Fresh. The same thing I was thinking. It's like the man does a prime up him fitness for the game. Yeah, man. The way the man I run upon them, man. Just need one more game to get through now. Them I play Aston Villa. Which wild man play for Villa? Nobody with no mad tackle, please. Just make the man get through the game. Fine.
Diego Carlos.
Yeah, man. Diego Carlos. Well, I think I hope he came off injured today. Well, no, I shouldn't say that.
No, he did.
I shouldn't say that. Hello, it's all he does for West Ham. He got Gerrard when the England call up. Yeah, man. I tell you, man, that's why I love a big performance, goal scoring wise, but his skill set will just unlock people anyway. So I just need him playing the way he can play. That's all I need. People are gonna vex with me and say, me too apologetic for Antonio, but I'm in a business. I see football differently. If my striker is freeing up everybody else around him, I can work with that.
So Gooner, we talk about what about who people in chat put up them 11 and we kind of have a consensus. I mean, with 1 or 2 little changes here and there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, so now that we feel like we know who are going to start the game.
Who can impact the game from the bench?
Yeah, suppose we down a goal and we are run out of time, or suppose we are protect a 1 goal slim thing. Yeah, or you see that?
Well, for me, somebody that, based on what the score is in the game, if we're hunting the game, I would definitely be looking to bring on Cephas. I think Cephas is the type of player that there's no substitute for pace, right? And for what he might lack in technical ability, I think
it's like you read my mind, brother. In technical ability, to me, suspect. You see me?
Yeah. Look, I think what will help him and help everybody on the Jamaica team is the field is probably going to be immaculate, right? So, you know, if the ball is bouncing through and rolling through, all I need him to do is just get his foot behind it, get it in front of him, and then run after it. It's not that hard to do that. He's been playing in Turkey, which is a technical league, if you watch the league, and he gets a lot of starts for his team. So I would like to think that his technique has improved. So,
fair enough.
Look, I think he can be an impact player off the bench because of his pace, because of the way we play, because we try to get our wingers, especially in space on the flank. And I think his pace can maybe do that. I think another player coming off the bench for me, I think Daniel Johnson, if we're in the lead in the game in any way, is a good player to bring on to just steady the ship. I've seen him do it a few times in games where, you know, maybe the other team is starting to get the upper hand and we just bring him on and it seems to calm the game down. So, you know, those would be the two, because I wouldn't be starting Daniel. I don't think he's fit enough to play the 90 minutes. So I would be bringing him on. So for me, those would be my two impact players off the bench. Now, if I had to choose one more, I think it's going to be between what I'm looking for in the game. So I think Bailey Cadamarteri is a player that I think Jamaicans are going to just love the fact that him work really, really hard on the pitch. I think in the press conference, the coach mentioned it, and I was happy he did that. You know, his work rate and the way he kind of plays, the way how aware he is tactically at such a young age is an eye-opener. So he's leading the line for a team that like is a team fighting relegation in the championship. And it's like a lot of the time he's up there by himself, which to me fits perfectly with what Jamaica does. Because how many times have you seen a striker get the ball and have to fight off three men? Yeah. So look, I am excited to see if the coach gives him a chance. I do believe that based on how I've seen him play, you know, he has more to offer than some of the others that I see on the bench. So I would love to think that he'll get a chance. Now, I think a lot of people, once it gets to about 75 minutes, 80 minutes, a lot of the local fan base that live in Jamaica will probably be screaming for Dixon to come on. So I know that will be something that will be in the air. But me personally, if I'm putting on an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old from the bench to score a goal, I'm definitely leaning towards Bailey Cadamarteri in that regard.
By the way, I say you have a comment up on the screen there from Chris Smith. I guess it's in response to my saying that Antonio pushed, you know, the goal.
When we're talking about
I was really only speaking about the fact that he didn't get on the score sheet. That was really the point I was making. I just said, Jason, when I made the comment, you know, we like everything else that him do and we respect it, and it's a part of playing the role that he plays. But at the same time, he has been selected. Every time he's been selected for Jamaica, it is primarily to put the ball in the back of the net. So from that perspective, I was saying that, you know, he did not have the best World Cup. Just that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, I saw that chance. Man beat the man easily down the wing, man. Vintage Antonio cut it back and Kudus couldn't finish. He was saving up for the big goal when him score and him run through everybody.
Good point, Chris Smith. Them fear Antonio more than Leon Bailey. I actually believe that without a doubt.
Yep. Yes, sir. Can't bully them man there. We need some more top level centre backs. Would be nice. We need top level everything on the field.
Fresh God, when you find them, make you know which part of the scene.
Real. These are things no matter how good Jamal Lowe play, only use him when they have no choice. Boy, Chris Smith, I've been calling for Jamal Lowe. Daddy can tell you every single squad when he asks me who more I seen at the squad, I say Jamal Lowe. And finally him come back. Eddie Badmind Bailey. Who named Eddie?
Eddie?
I think him retype it. Soon go down. Bernard can pass the ball. Joel Latabo there. Yeah. They can. Coventry coach said the reason why they signed him is a ball playing CB. Yeah, he been playing.
Are there some you want him to play?
Yeah, I think the only thing And reason why I think Hallgrimsson might not do it, I think the only way we see him on the back line is if we play a back five or a back three, because maybe he's a little bit concerned with the height, because he's listed as 5'11", but him don't even look that tall to me.
No man, then put that extra one beside him. The one, a man about 5'1", man, him short, no blow.
5'1", my gosh. All right, see it now. Rumor is that Eddie Gooner bad mind Bailey. Boy, I mean, I know nothing about that, you know. And
name Eddie Gooner.
So there's another guy that create content, and his name, well, I'm not sure, is it Eddie Vision or Eddie Gooner? I'm not sure. But he has a channel, respect to him and everything. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he made a video or something.
Real ball, I mean, I know enough about them things, but I mean, I hard to think that somebody who is a YouTube content creator could influence the thing in such a way that the coach ever drop the man. If that is what you are suggesting. But again, I don't really know. I'm not really on the inside with them thing there. I take what the coach saying at the press conference at face value. Say Bailey and Trevante Stewart, break curfew, miss the team bus to go to the game, and so them pay the consequence. Some people might say, well, why then if Trevante Stewart was going to get suspended and they never put him in the 60-man squad, why bother put Bailey in there? But as you and I were saying off here earlier today, Jay, maybe if them did leave Bailey out from the 60-man, that's all people would have talked about. So
yeah, because that was one of the things that I hear going around, like, the timing is kind of off for the whole suspension, but that's for another show, another day. We're not diving into that, but one day I will tackle that, people, because I have some thoughts on all of that. Football Global. Big up. Come let's see a big us up earlier. But I met the people know. Blake Lee, left back. Hector CB, Bernard CB, Lambo right back, Low CDM, Lati CDM, Daniel Johnson in the camp, Antonio, Low, and Bailey C. So, wow. This is the first time I've seen Bailey Cadamarteri starting. So big up to you, Football Global, for a different squad. Look like a 4-3-3. So yeah, what do you think about Football Global squad, people? A different one, a different take.
Well,
put Low in the midfield. Bailey Cadamarteri starting. So, it looks like he has dropped Palmer, who has started in most squads. So a little bit different from this angle for Football Global. What do you think about this one? So I'm assuming you have Antonio playing like on a flank.
Would love to know what formation he might play with that squad. Or the starting.
I would think 4-3-3 based on him putting a double pivot on the cam. So unless it's a 4-2-3-1 and he might play Antonio and Low deeper and Bailey up front. I don't think he would put Bailey out wide.
And but him not play. Well, Antonio, sometimes Antonio like to come and fetch,
I think Antonio goes out there a lot, but I would rather him be playing in the middle, and then when him leave that space now, somebody else fill it. Right. Instead of him starting out there.
This has to be a 4-3-3, although he has 2 CDM, so maybe it can be. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a 4-3-3 with like a like a tree shape, a triangle. Exactly. Two at the base and one up top.
Yeah.
Instead of a flat tree or
right.
One
conventional tree. Yeah.
Correct. Chris Smith, the man never asked me for your show. But look, man, it's a conversation, so we're gonna try to highlight everybody. You understand? Good reason that the local players play. Yep.
Well, I just try your show, the way I allow people to call me Daddy Gooner, because I'm a Chelsea fan, just know.
Yeah, man. I tell people a long time I should have started a channel, because that's all it took for you to be called what you should be called,
Yeah, right.
Playing overseas or playing good is another thing. That is true, fresh. Just because you're over there don't mean a thing.
Exactly.
They could be playing good.
I play overseas now. Which country?
And that's another point too. They could be playing good in Jamaica, but not really pull up trees wherever them go.
Well, look, if that is the case, they will soon be found out,
Yeah, man, Chris, I was just speaking to this. You can't forget about everything, man, and just, Pachuca is a big team.
If Dixon reach overseas onto the next local player, last year it was Whisper. But look, is a fine line, Although I said that they must be the best players, irrespective. Zine, if you have the luxury, quote unquote, of carrying 23 players, and you have 22 based overseas, I think it's hard because you don't want to say to everybody that plays locally, boy, sorry, you could play locally till you turn grey, I get picking on none of my squad. It's hard to send that message. And for me personally, I don't think Dixon's selection is foolishness. I think the coach genuinely watched Kaheem Dixon play throughout the schoolboy season whenever he had a chance to. I believe he watched him play when they had the 4 games against the Premier League clubs when they were touring the parishes. I believe clearly that he saw him play in Trinidad and score a goal on his debut. And I think the coach believes that this is a kid to invest in. Yeah. And maybe Dixon and Whisper are going to be the two youngsters who fight to get into a 23 every time a competitive squad has to be called. I personally don't have a problem with Dixon at the squad. I don't have a problem with it at all. I don't think it's foolishness. But hey.
Yeah, so it go. I mean, look, I feel like I saw it coming. I figured it was coming.
You said that.
Kaheem Dixon is a player that I have time for, though. I think it's a player that seems to have his head on his shoulders squarely. Looks like he's willing to put in the work, works really hard on the pitch. Is he at the level of this game, this type of competition? I don't believe so. But hey, them giving him a chance. What are we gonna do?
I think
and he might not play. He might not play, people. But
yeah, listen. If Kaheem Dixon plays in these 2 games, we will either be leading 3-0 late or losing 3-0 late.
Yeah, it will have
Those
to be.
are the kind of minutes that he's going to get in these 2 games. I don't think that anybody is expecting him to go there and to create an impact. I don't think so at all. And there are many times there are players who are in squads who are in that position. I mean, original Ronaldo went to the 1994 World Cup.
Yes, he did.
I don't think he saw the pitch in any game, but they took him.
Not.
So, I mean, those are how things work. Yeah.
I believe Kaka was the same in 98.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Not all the players come back to Jamaica because of football reasons.
Before anybody jumped on my throat, I now compare Kaheem Dixon to original Ronaldo. Still, I'm just saying, age-wise and expectation-wise.
Yeah, look, sometimes you have to compare and the comparison kind of sound away, but you have to say somebody what people going to know,
The principle is what I'm speaking.
Right. Yeah, man, Rondon was looking like him young again in that game there. Pachuca, him play for now, daddy. Rondon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When he made about 52?
Yeah, I'm supposed to up them, man. At least 30 enough. Even though we attack and maybe him and Antonio are the same age. 380 subs. Respect people. Mexico team a big team, that is true. Pachuca is a big team. Mexican team, them a clean up in the competition. King went on loan to Iceland, not a signed contract. I don't know.
We never even know him go Iceland. Tell the honest truth.
Yeah, man, him and Busy Atkinson did go.
Okay, yes, okay.
Hector was 22 years old, West Morgan Taxi Maps. Yeah, man. I was there, Chris, but for some reason I don't know why I don't remember West was captain in that team. How could I
Yeah,
forget?
man. Yeah, man. By the way, Jason Gooner, although we say we're not talking about who not did it, I think people we need to recognize and say many thanks because look like Maps finally done.
Well, in the day of the 60-man pool, so
No,
I'm
that's what
still
I mean.
I'm
But
still a swim.
this was the first time Maps not make a 23.
Yeah, what? Wait, he was in the Canada one.
Bless up, Chris Smith. Bless up. Yeah, man. Respect.
He was in the Canada one.
Might have been, you know.
I don't know why I feel like he wasn't, but it don't really matter still. At least 25 minutes in this game, that would be nice, Chris. I wouldn't mind. Feel like he would have do something with it.
People, if you haven't done so yet, just YouTube Bailey Kadamatery and check out some of my highlights and things. You will see what Guna talk about. And what the coach I talk about too. Is a youth will look like him now for find space, get to where the ball coming to meet it. I mean, the little highlight thing where I see, I think he scored 3 goals in 19 games for Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think he scored a bag of goal, but he put himself in position to score a bag of goals. So, he clearly know to use space when he do have the ball.
Cephas too easy to read or play. Yeah, Chris, I think he is a bit one trick when him have the ball, but I think his true and what's gonna unlock the USA for us won't necessarily be him on the ball. I think it's gonna be him moving off the ball. And when we play it into space, all he'll have to do is run and get onto the end of it. That's what I'm talking about, Chris Smith. Speed alone won't cut it. I understand. But now say
Yeah,
broke through the field, Chris.
Yeah, but Chris, that's a one thing where nobody can coach, brother. Either you have speed or you don't have speed. And see when you have it more than the next man, it's a huge advantage. Huge.
Well, put it this way. I know Chris Richards well fast, and he might be one of the center backs. I know Anthony Robinson well fast, but if Miles Robinson start, him not so fast.
Yo, the only USA man who can run past Jamaican man right now and Noah Lyles. And him not
Yeah, but when you include running with the football, Jamaican man get slow sometime,
That's why we don't run with it. We keep and run after it.
For real. The players you wanted Hallgrimsson to pick never got called. No, Travis, man. The man was upset. But I understand sometimes both sides can just easy and just try analyze what we have and see how it can work. That's true. We spend so much time to beat the coach or beat something. Sure. The man look much better than because yeah, talk about 25 minutes. Okay, so beat Kadamatery getting 25 minutes. So anything Chris Smith say I get beat up by Travis. Something was up with Jams. I've never coach called him and go up and he didn't make himself available. Fresh. Just threw me in the speculation and I'm gonna show them. But trust me, I hear a lot of stories on that whole commentary, but they will stay in my brain for now. No Nitro. Yeah, man, Eddie Vision, Eddie Gooner, 2 of them are the same person. Is that new dread?
Yes, Nitro. Said speed.
Oh, so when they another
annex
ball talk.
Forum. And no. This one the one cricket.
Oh yeah, the cricket one. JT was the man who brought the news. Which news that again now? The Bailey news?
Who is JT? Ja Thomas?
No, an ex-brother named JT. You don't need to know none of them people, yeah. Well, I guess they might try and make it seem like you need to, but you don't. Trust me. Fresh God.
Oh,
didn't call the man.
Oh, okay. I see what I say. Fresh God, I said Jamal Lowe refused to call up, and Chris
for the Gold Cup.
Never call him.
Yeah. What reason the coach have to lie?
About what?
Him not have none. Yeah, man, I try catch up with the comment them.
No, but when the coach lied when he said Jamal Lowe. Okay. No, me never know. I don't know nothing about that, brother. I don't know nothing about that.
No Bobby in that squad. Oh, somebody have a squad with no Bobby. That's who wasn't in that last one. All right, let me see now. Let me see.
Boy,
See now.
again, I feel like say one of the handful of man when I know the coach I go play. Bobby, I one of them, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. For me, Bobby have to play too, personally. You know, me as a person will defend Bobby Reed for about 3 years straight for everybody will follow Jamaica because the man missed the chance in the USA match and that was the nail in his coffin.
Yo, me say if the man if the man never left this, if the man walk out of the stadium tonight, I'll know we are say RIP. Because people would have killed him that night.
Yeah, man, the man get mashed up for that missed chance. It was an easy chance. Can't go around it. But I think honestly, the goal, you see the goal him score, well, it start first with the Gold Cup goal. Kind of did get him a little stripes, and then I think he did get COVID and he couldn't play anymore. And then that goal that him score in the Azteca from the knockdown when him run on to it and volley it. I believe that was the goal that finally make people give the man ratings. He did have to score another worldie again. But I just think tactically he's probably the smartest player we have or one of. And I feel like, you know, for what we might, and I don't even think we'll lose anything offensively because he can create things. I've seen him do it. But you know, for what he's probably gonna need to do in this game, where he's gonna need to be tucked in, he's gonna need to be helping out. You know, he's probably better equipped than who might have been playing there under other circumstances.
But Goona, I see the thing now. We are talking about I-11 to get the best result, right? Because clearly, you know, the whole unit going there to win, you know, to win the CONCACAF Nations League. See? So we are talking about 4-2-3-1, and we are saying, boy, you know, Antonio might be isolated, and you know, whoever go up there will be isolated, and it's good that Kadamatir play who will play for and them a struggle because that him go face something. But you know, brother, and I mean it's probably not going to happen, but we have to be braver. We have to be braver, right? Because what would be most frustrating is, you know what I mean, we just don't have nobody coming into the 18, even if Antonio hold up the ball and try bring people into the play because them so far back, and you know what I mean? I don't want to see what happened to Villa against Spurs, when I think the coach just get the whole thing wrong. You know what I mean? When him try defend the thing, him try, you know, play a way that him a play not to lose as opposed to playing to win. Look, to me, you know, brother, if you lose 1-0 or you lose 5-0, it not really matter, you know. You lose said way. You must play in a way that gives yourself an opportunity to take chances when you create them, and that means supporting attacking players, right? You know what I mean? I get it, you know. Results are what matter, and no coach no want to lose big and rankings and things, but it is so distressing to me to watch a team. We have to go there and be brave, Rasta. We went to Canada, down 2-0, playing in the freezing cold. But we were brave. When Canada scored first goal in that match, you know how much man turn off MTV?
For real.
But we were brave and we had a belief. Now maybe the push was, why we know if we get through this, we're going to the Nations League final and we're going to the Copa America, right? I just don't want when we go to the game next week Thursday, the people say, well, we are the Copa America already, you know. And even if we lose a game, we can come third in the CONCACAF Nations League, which we have never done before. So, no, we want to go there with the same drive. somebody better tell them. I don't know if me could have said, boy, if we don't beat USA, every man share $1 million. If we did have that, I would have loved that, brother. Because you don't know money make me run. But they
True.
need some kind of incentive. You know what I
True.
mean? For make them to let them be brave in the game, Rasta. I don't want them to go there and just why. Oof.
Yeah, look, I think it's gonna be the coach gonna have to find a balance, right? Because obviously we can't be suicidal and try all of a sudden start to play a high line and press them but we have to find the balance. I think hopefully we don't just sit in a low block. It's more of a mid block, right? We don't just say, come on to us, because I think 90 minutes of that won't work, right? So we need to find a balance. We need to be able to, at least at times try to build so that we can get numbers into the box when we do get into the attack, right?
Yes. So, just a final thing. So being brave comes from having belief, right? The last thing that we want is to have that belief or that balloon belief get burst. Yeah. So one thing we cannot do is concede early. The longer the game go, the more we believe. We could get through 10. We could get through 22, 35, halftime. Yeah. I mean, these things are basic and simple to people that observe football and understand a little bit about psychology, brother. The more you believe, the less the favored team start to disbelieve and start to doubt and start to make mistake and rush things.
Yo, them man, you come for play them in our face. Joe, if we don't shape up, we're gonna lose. And yeah, man, you start then their doubt starts to build. As your belief grows, their doubt starts to build. So yeah, I agree. I think we have to. I think if you look back at the last time we played a big match against a CONCACAF big team in the semi-final, what was the whole thing before that game that day? I didn't have a channel then, but we were sitting in the room talking about the game. I would say, what can't happen tomorrow? We can't concede in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, man.
And it didn't even take 5, and we had conceded. So
we were watching that match at Uncle Banjo.
Yeah, man. Man.
Yeah.
Under some Heinz, and I taking the game, and
it was
and it was literally when we see what happened, we said, boy, we spend the whole night I thought about what can't happen, and look what happened.
The first thing happened.
Look what happened.
Yeah, no, we have to believe, brother.
Real ball, I say. We are go to the young 18-year-old and we have the big man we can do the same thing and have the experience.
Yo, Corey Burke have him used, but I don't know. I think him pass himself by date still.
Look, Burke is a player that I have always had a problem with, and it was mainly not I don't think not really him, I just feel like every time we use him, we force him to play upon a wing. And him don't have that type of game. I don't see it. Like, I just don't understand how any coach would have seen him and say, yeah, man, you can play wing forward. No.
Yo, every time it's a Corberg play, I think about Dennis Brown tune. Running up and down won't help this time.
It won't
run up and down with hands.
Yeah, man, he's definitely somebody that put himself about. Can't take that from him, but I need a little more than that, man. Especially if you're going to play wide and be a part of build-up and things like that. It just don't work if you do that. You need to finish off the play.
The only way Burke plays, if God forbid something happened to Antonio and him have to come off. Because he's similar. I mean, clearly not as good as Antonio, but he play the same role. He can only play in the head. For me.
Yeah, because I think when him play inside and him run outside, it can work. But if him stand up out there and have to move from that spot and make him runs from out there, it don't look good, and I don't think him like it.
No, it's not a good look at all.
Yeah, man, fresh. Bless up, Respect for the strength and sticking around and listening.
Yes, fresh.
So yeah, honestly, Willie, I don't really have much else I want to really tackle. We'll go through the team. I want you to play some of the press conference for the people, but that's something that as I grow in this thing, I will figure out, because when I tried to do it, I think it was the screen just black or something, like was nothing playing. I'm thinking you guys are seeing what I'm playing.
I saw the video briefly, and then it went.
Well, yeah, I forgot to do some more research, people, and figure that out. But as I say, as the channel grow, so will my skills on this thing, and before you know it, I'll be, pulling up all kind of things on the channel. But for now, people, discussion based, as we get the technology line up with the discussion, because it's some high level discussion you're getting over here, people. You don't find this on YouTube spaces very often, especially when it's coming on to the Reggae Boyz. So, and the girls as well, because I want to give them love. But if you have nothing else, if you want to just have a little summary to close up, that's fine. But other than that, we're going to close out the show.
Yes, football.
Hey, for one thing, Jamaican fans going
to
do,
Jason Gooner, I just want to big up a brethren of mine who are watch. Me know same watching, but him no comment still. But yes, my lord, Rasta brethren, D really. Big up yourself, see?
Yeah, man. Bless up everybody in the shadows I watch, we know say your presence is felt in the view column, and your presence is felt when you tap the like button. So don't forget to do that for your boy Jason Gooner. So people, as we say, just anytime you see a live show coming up, you can expect real talk, football discussion, try break down the game from a fan perspective, but I would like to say a little more than a fan, somebody that really break down the football, something that we have been doing, as my father said, from ever since. And it's only right that we'll let people into, our minds when it comes on to football, because no matter if you think we don't know anything, which I don't think anybody would think that, honestly, but
we sound like we do.
There you go. You can listen it back and you pick out the best parts if you want, but they're all the best parts. You don't have to worry. High quality. Yeah, man. High quality. Yeah. I'm sure tomorrow when him see it, man, I'm going to say, I heard what he said, I know him stay, man. But I say, go, people, listen. We're not keeping any longer, people. Hour and 33 minutes. I think we had a great show tonight. I just want to big up everybody that is viewing, everybody that will view in the future. And remember, every time you watch any of these programs, to like, share, and subscribe to the content. Again, on behalf of my father on screen, Daddy Gooner is his new name, but we're going to let him go back to his Chelsea place of rest now. Respect for the strength and the conversation.
Yeah, man. Every time, my son, every time. Blessings to everyone who did in the chat. As him said, go on. Like, share, and subscribe. Jason Gooner TV, we said to the world.
Yeah, man.
What's up?
Yeah, man. We're out of here. Big up, people. Respect. Mommy, wifey, love,